Hello! We're back. Let the show continue, all right? Let the show continue. How's it going? What a drop here, right? Exciting start of the New York AM. Actually, the AM session already started. The New York Open. Swept the Asia low. What a move. Gurkalp, hello. Welcome. So we swept those lows. We have less than 2 minutes to go. And Zena is here. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So getting closer here to the opening bell. Let's see how it goes. Let me just set up something real quick until we still have the time. Hentuck Luck, hello. Greetings. Well, I'm here all the time. You know, dedicated, committed, you know, whatever. I'm actually sitting in a long position from earlier. So let's see how it goes. I need this to pump it. You know, I need the pump. I need the pump. So I need the pump, everybody. We need this market to just go pump it. Can you briefly explain what core logic? Sure. Just give me a moment or two, Gurkalp. We're going to go into that. I'm just curious about the open here. Let's just see how it goes. Definitely, we're going to talk about that. Oh my gosh. We have 10, 9, 8, 7. We need that pump. Just pump it. You know. Come on, pump.
The greatest feeling you can get is the pump.
Pump. Come on, pump it. Pump it.
Really tight feeling, like your skin is going to explode any minute. You know, it's really.
Let's
tight.
go.
It's like
We need the pump.
Into your muscle. It just blows up, and it feels different. It feels fantastic. The pump. It's
the
different.
pump.
The pump. It's fantastic.
The pump.
The pump. It's different.
The pump.
It's fantastic. It's satisfying to me as
Let's go.
You know, as having sex with a woman coming. So
The
can
pump.
you believe how much I am in heaven? I'm like getting the feeling of coming in the gym, coming at home, coming backstage when I pump up. When
The
I
pump.
pulse out in front of 5,000 people, I get the same feeling. So I'm coming day and night. That's what we call the pump.
The pump. All right. Okay. Let's see. 5-minute supply zone has been targeted again. Look at this. The zone worked out again. The zone did the job again. Yeah, this was very, very interesting. Yeah, it's Arnold. Yeah, the pump. He's talking about the pump. The pump. The pump. So we needed the pump. So the market actually pumped a little bit higher. Nice job. A nice job here. Made a bit of a profit there. Awesome, awesome. Let's see how far this can go. By the way, there is still a level here. Actually, the high of the zone is, and we're going to talk about the stuff there, Gurkalp. So yeah, he definitely has an accent. I met with Arnie once in my life. He was here in Budapest, and well, I wasn't able to talk with him too much, but he was doing a meet and greet in a conference about business stuff and everything. So he was kind of like a motivational speaker there. So I managed to greet him, but that's all. It was like, nice to meet you, sir. Hello, thank you, blah, blah, blah. And that's it. That was it. That was it. What is happening? 768. Okay, anyway, the question was, explain what's core logic of an ICT 2022 concept. Okay, let me just, try to remember. Are interesting. Only said come true if Mary. Yeah, I watched the documentary of his life on Netflix. It was quite interesting, quite interesting. Obviously, certain documentaries don't really speak about every detail, but, you had a login problem with my master account at Bulenox. Do you think they will reset it for me since I could not get logged in? So you left the position and the account blown up or something, Joseph? Because I'm not sure if they can do reset if you didn't have. So what they usually say, and it's just not just Bulenox, they're gonna say that we are not responsible if you didn't have a stop loss on your position or something like that, so especially not a master account. I'm not sure. It's a long shot. You can try it, but yeah, okay. So usually what they say, it didn't happen to me, but it happened to someone else, the same issue. And they replied that we are very sorry to hear that, blah, blah, blah. But since you were not managing your trade accordingly, or you didn't put a stop loss, and there's no proof of evidence that the server was, so it was not our issue, blah, 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 some technical explanation. So they're not able to do you a reset. That's what they told to a person. It was last year. But I don't know. You can try. It's a long shot, It's a long shot. Write them a support ticket. Worst case scenario, they will not do it, but at least you can try. Going from Europe to us saying getting Mr. MPS. Yeah, that is absolutely a great achievement. So anyway, I think the drawn liquidity is 768. Let's talk about the core concept. Gökal was asking about that. So the core concept is basically very simple. It's just, you need a certain level of liquidity, need to be swept first. You need a market structure shift or continuation. It doesn't, what I add, you don't necessarily need a shift as a reversal. It could be a confirmation towards the level of liquidity that you outlined. And you need a fair value gap most of the time, okay, with the displacement. There you go. Supply zone has been destroyed completely. For example, as I told you guys here on the 5-minute, my target was, and we reached that, is this supply zone. This was my target. According to my analysis and the data I collected throughout last year and before that, so I collected a lot of data about these levels. I went down to the 1 minute, and what did I see? After the, what was this? This was the news release, okay? So what did I see? I saw this, because that was my entry. Actually, I'm just gonna talk about my trade, which you guys saw at the open of the stream, okay? My entry was somewhere around this area. I think it was at 95.75, yes. What did happen? We had the liquidity level, Asia low. Market went up there. It made multiple. So we had the first check mark for the liquidity sweep, right? We had the second check mark as a market structure shift here, right? And the third check mark that I needed a fair value gap right here. This was the fair value gap I could use in this case. That was the gap. So these are the three main stuff or things that you need. Oh my god, these check marks are definitely very bad, so let's just delete this. So these are the three main check marks that you need. So I anticipated the target up there, and what I did, I just put on the trade here. I think my entry was 95.75 here. My stop was down here because obviously if we would have gone lower than the Asia low, it would have been over anyways. And my TP was somewhere around 43. So I was holding this trade from 8:32 until the market opened. I was holding this trade. So actually I was holding this trade for almost an hour long. Okay. If you're asking what is the core entry, the ICT 2022 entry or model is only an entry model. It's not going to work out unless you don't have a proper target. It doesn't necessarily have to be a supply zone or demand zone or order block. It can be anything else you see in the market. It can be a strong swing point on higher time frames, or it can be a bigger fair value gap, wherever you like to put that, or I don't know. You have to come up with that level that you anticipate that the market is gonna. It can be a new week opening gap. It can be a liquidity void. It can be a weekly high. You know, there's so many things that you can target. The 2022 entry model, it has the name in it. You know why? It's just an entry model. That's it. If you don't know what you're entering into, if you don't have your target, then this entry model is going to make you lose money. That's for sure. Because if you take every single ICT 2022 entry, you're doomed. Because in itself, it's not enough. You need a good level. That's why backtesting data collection is important. And that's how I would briefly say. So the 2022 model is an entry model, but it's not going to work without market structure, like market structure analysis, or without the bias, without the proper bias for the market. You know, it's just an entry model, nothing more. It can be a trend line. Yes, of course, Kirk-1000. And seriously, it can be a trend line, of course. If there's a trend line from the higher time frame, for example, and just anticipating like this would be a trend line from a higher time frame, a bearish trend line, and you anticipate that, okay, this should be approaching this trend line somewhere around there, then look at that, boom. So we just anticipate that this would be a higher time frame bearish trend line. And you say, oh my God, I think we should be hitting that trend line. Why not? Of course. Wrong. Jesus. What did I ruin? I always try to be good. I always try to... I am the liquidity. I'm doomed. Yo, welcome, Gokop. Obviously, this is the way I see it. And that's why, Gokop, if you search for it on YouTube, like ICT 2022 model, you're going to find so many videos. Everybody explains it a little bit differently, I think. So this is just only my perspective. You don't have to agree with it. Everybody does it a little bit differently. And that's the beauty of it, right? Well, it seems like we're going higher. I don't know what to do. I don't like that level. So yes, we are approaching this 859. I know. There's a daily fair value gap at 22,020. I think, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if it would move up there. Why? Because look at the daily chart. Let me just get this off here. So look at the daily chart. This strong push up there, accumulation, liquidity sweep up and down, and there's only one level up there that is still in the way is this fair value gap on the daily. If you go back to February 24, Monday, that's it. That's the fair value gap right there, 22,020. I have a feeling that, you know, this one might just break this high. I have to look at the 1 minute chart as well. I'm gonna put a line here on the top. Okay, next target 850, 8.75 on the micro if it goes higher. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this stuff on for my funded TV, but for the recap, yeah, we have news. We have ISM, right? We have ISM services PMI, yes. Oh, I have to change the banner here. Hold on a second. Funded Futures network sale is off. The 50% is off. Funded Futures network is back to 35%. Okay, and I have to change the other ones as well. Anyway, I'm gonna do it later. These graphics. Okay, so look at this. This 1 minute. This is an ICT 2022 entry again. Swept a high. Fair value gap. It's market structure shift. If you guys want to enter a short position, it's up to you. I'm not going to, because news are coming out in 15 minutes or so, 16. So I'm not going to take this, but it's actually, if you take this, that's a high risk, because we've taken out everything here, everything that matters. And so more or less, I would like to see a continuation higher in this market. 15-second, what? Oh, that's Bank of Canada rate statement. That's not important. We're looking for the ISM services PMI at 10 a.m. The Canadian news doesn't matter here. So this is your entry, the 2022 entry, and this is a low probability, high risk entry. If you take a short here, get ready to be spiked higher. Partially because of the news, and partially because we are back in a bullish trend on the daily as well, and I just told you why we might be approaching. I wouldn't be surprised if NQ would shift into a high gear mode, and you know, how far is that? The 22k. Like, NQ can do 200 points super easy in like a few minutes if it wants to, if it really wants to. You know, and I'm surprised a little bit because the news were bad. So what was this? ADP non-farm employment change, not good. The number is not good. Still the market super positive, and that's why I'm just definitely would be careful with the shorts here. And because I just said we have to wait for news, nothing to do here, just sitting on the sidelines. Malo is here. 450 times 5. Let's go. 300 times. Nice. Qualify. Jesus, this guy. Hey, Malo. I don't know what to say. You need to buy more BMWs, you know. Man, that is awesome, dude. Ron. PMI US services. Oh, really? Oh. Then why did... Oh, okay, this one. Okay, final services PMI. Okay, true. But it shouldn't be a red folder news. So that wasn't the big news. The bigger news is gonna be in 13 minutes. Trading tour, hello. If somebody prefers safety, yes, exactly. If you prefer safety, definitely use a you know, wait, just wait. Yeah, you have to wait. Want to see T cruising with i3. That's a nice car, the i3. But you know, I'm just gonna go for the classic one. You know? I'm just gonna go for this. The 850 or M8, I don't even care. 850 is good for me. You gamble along, careful. I think it's just gonna squeeze the shorts up to 793, by the way. So that's why this is a low probability short setup. Karsten, hello. I'm wishing you to the same. Thank you so much, by the way, for always dropping in. Wishing everybody the best. Karsten is super awesome. Dropping in like all the time. Last year as well. It's super cool. Yeah, trading tour. I mean, safety is important. You don't want to get a message in 9 months like, hey, you know. If we do a traffic start, you have no chance. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you know, the i3 is definitely going to punish the 850. That's true. Kirktown, hello. Hippo Trader. Hey, what's up? Cool down car. Well, I'm just driving, you know, the good old E60 series. I'm good with that. You know, the good thing is that it's aging like good wine. You know, when you keep it clean, it still looks good on the streets. But it's very comfortable. My gosh, I love to drive this car. And it's you know, I know it's not an expensive one, but I love to drive. I was really missing BMW because I was driving the Mazda, which is a great car. Again, it helped me out in the bad times, but it's just so good to drive a BMW again. 1 to 2 delivered. Kirktown. What? Congratulations. Let's go. Oh, look at that. Are we gonna feel the FOMO here? Bring money with you. You didn't take it. I like that. Bring money with you. In Hungarian, there's a different saying for BMW, a different acronym. I don't know if I can say it, but there's no perfect translation for English. In English, you would say the acronym for BMW in Hungarian says FU, what car did you buy? Basically. Or FU, what did you buy? Sorry, not the car. FU, what did you buy? These are the acronyms in Hungarian for BMW. Well, they are definitely, the age is showing on these cars, but you know, if you keep them in order and in service, in good service, then you know, they're still good. Saving for my ticket. My God, am I feeling the FOMO now? Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Oh my gosh, look at this potential trade setup that I intentionally didn't take. Yeah, I mean, different times, different manufacturer, different brands, you know. Nowadays, around, I mean, where I live, the young guys, you know, the 18-year-olds, the 20-year-olds are driving Ford Mustangs. Really, no joke. I'm seeing like at least 5 or more, not 5. I'm seeing like 6 or 8 Ford Mustangs in the city, driven by 18 or 20-year-old guys. No offense, good for them, but they are driving those cars, Ford Mustangs, but not the big engine. I've seen it at the gym. We have like at least 2 youngsters with these Mustangs with the 3.6, I think. That's a V6. So I was asking the other day, one of them, like, dude, are you driving like the big block, the V8 or something? And he said, oh, no, just a smaller engine. I said, dude, when you have a Mustang, you need the big block, you know? Why did I say that entry? Jesus, I don't know. Why did you say that? Because of some good target? I don't know. Enough bro talk. That's true, Kirk. Yo, the wick. Oh, yeah, the wick. True. Tesla all time. Ah, well, Tesla is very popular here too. Kirk, I'm sorry I didn't take that trade, but I wasn't feeling comfortable after like this nice one here. I just had to wait a little bit. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. 5 minutes exactly. And by the way, speaking of 5 minutes, oh my gosh, there's just nothing down here. Okay, don't worry, we'll find something. We'll find something. Well, there's nothing. Nothing on the 1 minute that I like. Well, maybe down there. Not too good. That's not so good. No, I don't want to force anything here because there's nothing. Oh, actually there is. But it's been broken. Okay, never mind. There's just no level. Aussie's here. Hello. Good to see you. How's it going? Hope you have a green day. I hope money is piling up. Okay, what's happening here? starting the day. All right. This is uh-oh. Uh-oh. I think I know where we're going. I totally forgot this. Opening up this candle 92. Okay, that's where we're going. Oh, we went there. Okay, never mind. Okay, what's the high of that zone? I know I have too many lines here. I totally forgot. I forgot this. Guys, look at this. Last Thursday. Oh my god, 818. Okay. 818. We destroyed this zone. Actually, I'm just gonna get this off for now. And let's just give this. Jesus, this was the news? What? Yeah, Kirktown, I'm looking at this. What the hell? Okay, we need some update on the numbers. Okay, okay. I mean, it's not a big deal, but definitely a huge drop. 45. Might want to go back to 45, maybe. Okay, that's interesting. So 10 a.m. open. It's somewhere here. On the mini, it opened up here at 46.25. Okay, I'm just going to put a line there. Okay, 46.25. That's where NQ, the mini, has the gap. What the heck is happening here? Okay. All right. Going up there to the gap. Perfect trade, cause of lag. I didn't got filled. Oh, I see. Guys, gotta be careful. Okay. Okay. What is going on here? Does anybody know? Okay. Still going down. What's the number? Oh, bad news. I think. Might gonna squeeze everybody here. Gotta be careful with it. Yeah, here's the squeeze, I think. What's the low here? That's around midnight level, right? The low there is at midnight. Midnight is 78.75. I don't know if it wants to go down there. Gotta wait and see. On the oh, I thought that there is a flat candle down there, but nothing so far. What's it gonna be, NQ? It went down. I was thinking to scalp this or not, but wasn't really sure. So we're down to the midnight level, and we still have that gap up there. Everybody wants this to squeeze. Still up, yeah. 35-minute candle. Oh, the 35, okay. Up there. See how body respect the consequent encroachment level of that candle at 35. Wow, interesting. Yeah, what a drop. I think it wants to squeeze again on the downside. I have no entries here, nothing. But that's a good that's good information, Hippo Trader. That 35-minute candle. Maybe I'm gonna do some back testing on that. 550. Okay, let's see what's down there. Okay, okay. Okay, there's a here there is an unbalanced price range, by the way. Let me get these off from here. So there is an unbalanced price range on the 15-minute chart right there. which is interesting because this could be serving as a possible demand zone or bullish order block, that 15-minute candle. So what's the plan here? Low hanging fruit is at 621. I don't have an entry here. Yeah. I just can't enter a trade on this one. If it would pull back, I mean, sorry, retrace somewhere at 682, then maybe. Otherwise, this would be chasing it. So this would be a 15-minute order block. Not a perfect one. 15-minute bullish order block / demand zone. Okay. That's what this is. But not a good looking one. Exciting to say the least. Okay, swept the lows. Are we going back up again? Yeah, I'm looking at every possible opportunity. The thing is, we swept that level. What if we're going back to that gap at the 40s? This is inverting this gap. Technically, after this candle is closing, it's a very strong sign that it might want to go back to pick up orders above the 40s. Okay, so if it makes a pullback after this candle into this gap, maybe a possibility to target that level above the 40, but only for a scalp. So let's see how this candle is going to close. Okay, here's the gap. And where is the first fair value gap, by the way? It's up there. The first fair value gap, everybody's favorite. Okay. Took a small long position. Targeting 39 as a scalp. I might close it manually. Okay. I put on this position on my super aggressive Apex account where I like to do crazy scalping. Doesn't look good right now. Actually, it's not that bad, to be honest. But we are at 1013. Is this gonna go back and reprice that level? I think everybody wants to see that, but it could be multiple squeezes before that. What is going on here? It's just unplugged. Not good for health. 6005. Oh yeah. I know. So I'm still holding this long position. Where is it? Here it is. Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna close it as soon as possible manually. If I don't like the price action, I'm just gonna close it. All right, I closed half of it. Other half TP is right there. Moving it to break even because it's a risky one. As I said, this is a scalp position, so I didn't want it to go crazy. Of course. Of course. I don't care. I took a partial. Hey MB. Yeah, exactly. Take profit trader just pays. No questions asked. Exactly. The only thing you cannot do is news trading. So don't, oh yeah, that's it. So don't trade the news. I still made partial profit. So don't trade the news, and TPT just pays. No questions asked. Which obviously is a good thing, right? Anyway, let's look for the next. We're just gonna wait and see if it reprices higher or not. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. It might be dropping down, you know, sweeping some levels, for example here. So let's just wait and see. Gotta wait. I mean, on the mini it's 746.25, but obviously the lower here is on the micro, the lower end, at somewhere at 40-ish. It's actually at 41. Two minutes actually, not 20. I am actually, I'm on Take Profit Trader. Today I made some profits on, so today I got a withdrawal this London session. I already made new profits on the Take Profit Trader account. So you can trade 2 minutes after the news, or maybe 1 minute. Better to make sure 2 minutes, okay? 2 minutes after, I mean, before you have to be flat, and 2 minutes after the red folder news, you can start to trade again. So just for safety reasons, go with a 4-minute window, okay? 4-minute window, and that's it. I'm actively trading on... I actually made, like, from this account only with daily payouts, $2,300 in a couple of days. Okay, what's it gonna be? Kind of wondering. Is it gonna try to break this level or what? What's the deal here, NQ? Kind of waiting here. I think everybody is waiting for that break higher to the 40s. So careful, if it might be a flush here. Everybody's gonna get flushed. Only the red folder news, MB. Only red folder news. But actually, they have a calendar on their dashboard, and they are emailing you the previous day, and they're putting it into their calendar. So they're letting you know when you should not trade, which is actually a good thing, right? So you get an email, and you can also always check the calendar on the dashboard, and they will point out which news that you cannot or can trade. Okay, what's it gonna be? Because I'm just really curious that what the heck is going on here. Yeah, no problem, MB. Absolutely. Is there gonna be a push? I mean, if market really wants to flush, then just wick up there and then dump it if they really want to do it. If not, then I don't know. Then just dump everybody right now. That's what I would do. Anyway, let's just wait and see. What's the time right now? 23. Well, we still have time. So the kill zone is still here. Oh man, NQ unplugged big time. I think they want to flush this one once more. Yeah, that's what they do. They just gonna flush it again. Okay, do we have a flat candle, by the way? 72. Maybe. What's the deal here? We have a new 5-minute candle. Nothing fancy. Let's just wait. All right. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one because everybody wants to see it go up there. Oh, Carol, you got wrecked on open. Oh man, what happened? Oversized. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, dude. Sorry to hear that. I'm still watching this if it wants to make a wick to that level or not. But that level is at the 40s. We are at 33, 34 on the micro. Kind of hard to predict of what's the deal here. Okay, it just went up there. Okay, so now the micro has been taken. The mini is at 46.25. That's why this line is here. The mini is at 46.25. Gambling. Oh man, Carol, man, I know it's not good. I know, but you know, my biggest problem was always around the US Open, because obviously the gambling addiction comes out from everybody, and market is moving fairly fast. You know, you want to make that quick buck and just go away. I totally get it because I did the same thing. And it was super hard to realize that, you know, in the big picture, it's not going to be, at least for me, it's not going to pay out too good. So better to wait for the first 10 to 20 minutes until the dust settles, I think. But yeah, unfortunate. I think that level on the mini 46.25, and this one has 46.25, so just missed it on the mini. Just barely kissed that level and then turned back down. The high here on the micro was 46.50, so it's not over yet. I think it just wants to go back up there to that 46.25. I think. Free account giveaway time. We're gonna have that, by the way. We're gonna have account giveaways. It's gonna be tomorrow is Thursday. We're gonna do a giveaway tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow we'll do giveaways, at least one or two. Okay. It should be popping that level now. Yeah, right now. Okay, the level has been popped. What now? You won. Okay. Take profit Twitter, especially for you. We'll try to do it fair and square, everybody. Fair and square. Well, so far, I can definitely say that the day is interesting. It's an interesting day. Okay, this level is not important anymore. Just delete that. First fair value gap. Interesting how it lines up with previous day high. Internal KYC declaration. They do have a KYC, yeah. They do have a, I mean, you have to upload your national ID card or passport and some utility bill, I think, and that's it. On the website, yeah, on the website. They have that KYC application as other companies do. You know, you have to take a selfie. You have to take a photo of your ID, whatever, this kind of stuff. Acting as resistant is become support as done. The 10 a.m. level. Oh yeah, it's gonna become support. I completely agree with you, and I think the drawn liquidity would be 818. I'm officially calling it. Draw on liquidity 818.50 on the micro. Obviously it can go higher, but that would be the most logical target right here. If this one becomes support on the next push, as we go through the first fair value gap, I'm not gonna jump into a trade. You know. Whoa! Necky Folktales, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for your subscription and thanks for joining. Welcome. Yeah, full port, exactly. Can you also mark the 23-minute candle? The 23-minute candle, here it is. You want a horizontal or vertical line here? This is the 1023 candle. $9.23. This one. No, this one. That's the 9.23. That's Asia high, right? Right there. 15.23. Okay, so that's it. In your time, right? Eastern Standard Time. Tell it to me in Eastern Standard Time. Or yesterday. Yesterday, 15.23. Which zone? In my time. Okay, so okay. This is the candle right here. This candle is the one. Oops. 9.23, which is the 15.23 candle right here. That is it. Right at Asia high. Rectangle. Boom. Boom. Look at this. Wow. What does this tell us? Tells us. What is this telling us? Oh, okay. We're going back to the first gap. I love to see 818 being taken. Body and wick. I have it. Body and wick. Okay. Let me do it precisely. Sorry. Precisely here. Okay. Maybe it's not going to be super accurate, but there you go. That's the candle. Why 23? Is it some new ICT hype or... Which is the to trade with I'm getting from you? Well, I'm gonna do 150k account giveaways from TPT. By the way, I have 3 accounts to give away. 350k accounts. That's gonna be the giveaway. 150k's. It's not 22. It's 23. Range day. We'll see. As I said, if we go through the first fair value gap, I might jump on the train if we see a level to get in. 23 and 35. Okay. Okay. We're following. I'm gonna give a different color to the these candles. Okay, 23. And you said 35. This is that candle. So here you go. So what's the thing with these candles? $21 is legal age. I knew it. That's why we're doing this. I'll go. So is this some kind of a concept? The 23 and the 35 candle is some kind of a special candle? But it's interesting how it's reversing back. Right from this area. And by the way, it's a good spot there. Look at how price was reacting earlier to the mid range of this. and how price was reacting to this level. Interesting. Hey M, just call back. It's Hoppies from Oh, I see. Okay, so okay, I heard about that something, but I wasn't aware of these two candles, that it's a thing. Okay, let's see how it goes. Weave up an Asia high. Let's not get into analysis paralysis here. Let's just keep it super simple. There's a minor sell side liquidity at 695. Oh, it's Martin, man. I wasn't checking the avatar. Huh? That's your other account. Oh, it's another account. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you for being on the stream. Oh man. Analysis paralysis. That's gonna be happening. Okay. We still have plenty of time. So lots of time actually. Created a bearish order block or supply zone in this area that you guys pointed, 935. So that's actually a good news, because that's a good target. If it gets broken, might be a good idea to go long, you know. Hey, Neki, I'm on NASDAQ NQ, and this is the micro, so E-mini micro NASDAQ. Micro E-mini NASDAQ. 95%, actually 97% of the time I'm trading this. Sometimes I put on some gold trades as well. But, okay, what is happening? Are we sweeping liquidity here? There's no entry. I'm sitting on my hands. I have no positions. Nothing. No positions at all. What is going on here? Okay. Let me just say that this was a nice little sweep here with the wick. If we would shift above 738, but I'm still, I like to see this one going higher. Not really taking a trade on this until I don't see a clean move. Okay, let's see. Oh man, just watching paint dry. There's a bullish engulfing candle here, or kind of looks like bullish engulfing, which it is. I'm gonna be still waiting. Just a minute, a quick phone call. Sorry, just a quick phone call and a quick text message. All right, we're going higher. Let's go. Okay, here's the move. This is what we were waiting for. Let's see. I'm getting ready for a possible trade here. Okay. Oh, it's not good. And nevertheless, I took a trade. It was an aggressive setup, I know. Small trade. Looking for that 816. I think this is the macro. Let's see how it goes. I'd like to target that 800 up there. Let's see. One contract, 1-to-1. I don't know. I think it's a little bit too much risk, and I really don't want to say anything about risk management. I mean, any advice, John. But you know, I entered with 2 micros right now, and I'm just risking some of my profits from this MyFundedFutures funded account, and this is how it is. If it goes lower, I will still be worst case scenario at break even, but I'm just hoping that it will go higher. So it's with one mini, I think it's a little bit too much, but obviously it's your call. It's your call. I kind of like the theory that we could be pushing higher. Maybe I was too early on this call, I know, but I gave it some room. If it goes down below the 700s all the way down back to the midnight level, then obviously my analysis was not correct, and so we could be sweeping lower. There's still a 15-minute zone down there, then we will go there, right? So then I will change my plan according to that. I know you're trying to find a balance. Yeah, I know. So Kind of interesting level. That's true. And you know, we had that drop on the ISM news, and that area, by the way, on the 15-minute time frame and higher, it still is not rebalanced. By I mean, like, no up close candle in that area. So I kind of like that idea that we might gonna go higher to that level. All right, we'll see. I would like to go higher, but once I go long, I'm going to wish I went short. I mean, you got to have. That's why you need to have an analysis. You know, you have to have some kind of a game plan. That's why, you know, you have to have some kind of a plan. If you have a plan, then if you execute according to your plan, everything will be better. Even if you lose on your trade, then you will know that, okay, I had an analysis, I had a plan, I was not correct, it wasn't my fault, the market changed, and that's it. But, you know, at least you will not second guess yourself. Actually, I want to talk about this on my funded TV too. You have to short the pops, goes down in heavy volume. Yeah, it might gonna happen. It might gonna happen. It's not a W yet. M. It's not. Martin, it's not over until it's not over, so we just have to wait. Okay, let's see what's happening. February gap at 10:03. Oh yeah, as I said, if you look at the 15-minute chart, we need to see this up close candle. How much time do? Okay, so this 15-minute candle is closing like this. Awesome. So now this gap has been rebalanced. Okay, it has been rebalanced. The question now, is it going to continue higher? That's a big question. It has been rebalanced. So I guess that's somewhat a positive news. Okay, I took a partial. I thought so. I'm still gonna target 98. Took a partial here. And I'm putting it to break even. Just in case if it would start to drop after rebalancing that gap, right? So after we rebalance that gap, it can just take the elevator down. And I just wanted to make sure to take some of that. And that's it. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, John. I think so. Inverted, so anticipate the short originating somewhere in the 50% mark and expand higher. Well, something like that, little fish, I guess, if I follow correctly. Yeah. Dip before rip, maybe. So whenever there is a rebalancing situation like now, so the 15-minute candle here, this is the 15-minute, we rebalance this gap with an up close candle. If NQ wants to play dirty, it used to just take the elevator immediately, you know, just to take out everybody and then maybe go back up there. I just wanted to make sure to take a small partial there. And so this is now house money. My final TP, if I would have, maybe I'm going to move my stop, and obviously, anyway, is 818. So maybe up to 814.75. I would push my final TP. But to be honest, I would be perfectly fine getting off at right before 800. So hallelujah. Let's go. Ben, hello there. Hey, thank you so much, Martin. Thank you. Well, it's it looks good for now. The you know, worst case scenario, we took a partial and it's house money right now. It's house money. It's a free trade. This is on a funded account at MyFundedFutures. Today I already made $245 on this funded account. The balance is up to 1,577, so getting better. Small trades, turtle trades, and this open position, well, we'll see how much it will add to the, or not to the profits, but at least it's a free trade, right? As I said, if I make $200 or $300 on these accounts, I will aim for more, obviously. That's the goal for this year, obviously, to aim for more profits. That's the goal, obviously, because last year, including this year, many of my goals was to okay, just get the payout and take out the money, right? And I repeated that process multiple times now this year, so I feel confident that okay, we can get that payout level. I think we together as a team, right? So we can take that. What if we would push it a little bit more and take more money, you know? Welcome to Turtle Club. I am turtle enough for you. All right. I'm gonna make a coffee later, by the way. This will be interesting to see how it goes. Even if it takes me out at break even, I would be watching that 800 level up there. What's it gonna do? Remember, 818 was that area that we talked about at the top of that zone. If it really wants to go. And I mean, it can go higher, but that would have been my final TP. How do I like my... I mean, I like the long coffee, like Americano style, you know. Americano, or, you know, that long. I like the espresso too, but if I drink an espresso, basically, that just gives me such a rush. Like, I start to shake like, oh my god, that's an espresso. So I just go with a lighter version like Americano or something. I know people who are drinking 2 or 3 espressos in the morning, not all day, in the morning. I know someone who drinks an espresso when he wakes up and during the breakfast and before he goes to work. 3 espressos in the morning. That is like, oh my god. That is that is a lot. Okay. Yeah, most likely, yeah. I think so. I think that's what people think. The second BMW, I hope this year. No, I don't know. I mean, obviously I have higher priorities than the car right now, but I told you guys, if there's gonna be the next BMW, I don't want to pay it for cash. I'm most likely gonna lease one, a younger one, obviously. I'm most likely gonna have a lease, or maybe rent, you know, because renting or having a lease is almost the same if you do it for a company, here at least. So maybe that is gonna be a rental. Depends. I mean, I have a good accountant, I think, and it keeps telling me that if I will have a car, a newer one, I should definitely do a car rental or a lease for the company, because that's deductible, definitely. So that helps with the tax, and that's how I'm gonna do it. Definitely deduct it from the income, tax deductible, you know. So that's the way I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna pay cash for it. I mean, for example, like a $50,000 car or 100,000. Not really. I'm gonna pay in cash. Why would I want to have that much cash sitting in my car, which is gonna depreciate rapidly, and I cannot use that. I mean, the rental car and the lease car is gonna depreciate as well, but at least I can use that capital, which I'm not putting into the car, right? So I can use it for something else. But cars are depreciating like hell. I'm definitely dreaming big. Trust me. Yeah, debt is gonna go to 0. That's the #1 priority. and then we'll see. Let's go. Thank you so much, Martin. We will do it together. 75 field. My father always taught me never buy a car too much loss. Yeah, exactly. I say the same. Nothing wrong with paying cash for a car. For example, the one I bought, you know, I paid $6,500. Not a big deal, because this BMW, I think, because it's in a good condition, blah blah blah, you know, collector's value and all that such. Anyway, I think this car is pretty much, you know, at the bottom. If I taking care of it, if I taking good care of it, that money is not going to be depreciating all that much. and I can still sell it in a good condition for someone who appreciates a good BMW, an older version. And so that's fine. But you know, buying an expensive car in for cash, I don't see the point. Maybe if I would be real super rich, but I don't really care about anything. I just don't care about money management. Then maybe why not buy it for cash? But that's just, you know, I will never forget when someone told me, one of my rich, I know a very rich person told me that sound when you drive out the dealership, you know, with your $100,000 car. He bought a Mercedes, by the way, an AMG. He bought that car, and you know that sound, that little bump sound, like that was $30,000. I said no, thank you. I don't want that. Yeah, Dacia is good. Dacia, we say Dacia. Yeah, guys. Oh my God, I have to make a few phone calls, and then I have to be prepared for the My Funded TV appearance. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I'm signing off. If you guys want to continue with the chat, love to see you guys at My Funded TV. I'll be there shortly. I have to make a few phone calls and make a coffee and all that such. Use the bathroom, you know. So see you guys there, or if not, then tomorrow in London stream. All right. So thank you so much, everybody. If you would like to support, please use my code TomSabo. It works everywhere. Okay. Best deals, best discount. Check it for resets as well. MyFundedFutures says 20% reset on experts and starter plus accounts, and check out the rest as well. Okay. Thank you so much. God bless you, everybody. Cheers.